Let's talk about naming today. Naming is one of the most important things you can do in politics and even in science. So let's talk about the naming of the word Mohammedan. This is a word which is old and used to be used a great deal, and I'm encouraging you to start bringing out the word Mohammedan again as opposed to Muslim, and Mohammedism as opposed to Islam. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because it's accurate. You see, if you take and look at the Islamic textual doctrine, you've got the Quran, the Sira, and the Hadith. And if you take and add up all the words devoted to Muhammad, that's about 86% of the textual doctrine. And if you count all the ones by Allah, it's about 14%. So to put another way, Islam is about this much Allah and this much Muhammad. And the term Mohammedan tells this truth. It's important because it directs our attention in studying Islam away from Allah, a God, who can figure him out, to Muhammad. Anybody can figure a man out. And so that's the beauty of the term Mohammedan. It directs your attention away from religion to politics. It directs your attention away from God to a man, which means all of a sudden we can understand it because everybody can understand a man. It directs us away from the Quran, that book that everybody's heard about and how many people have read, to basically the biography of a man, Muhammad. Now, it goes from hard to understand to easy to understand. But there's another reason to do that, because it's a pushback. You see, Muslims don't like the word Mohammedan because of all the reasons I've just given you. So therefore, that's the good reason to use the word, because it irritates Muslims. By the way, it's factual, so don't worry about that. Now, here's what Muslims say. Oh, wait a minute. We do not worship Muhammad. Who says you did? I'm a Tennessean, but I don't worship Tennessee. And by the way, Buddhists don't worship Buddha. So it has nothing to do with worshiping Muhammad, but it does say this: you worship exactly like Muhammad, and you practice politics just like Muhammad. And that's important. So, here's the deal. It's not politically correct, and that's a good enough reason to do it, but the real reason to do it is it causes people's head to stretch and think a little. Because when you use that term and someone says, what do you mean by that? You tell them, I want you to understand the importance of Muhammad and what you call Islam. Let's talk about Muhammad. That's a good thing to do. And the term Mohammedanism causes you to do that. Thank you.